Well, sure, Wiley X Captivate lenses aren't brand new, but they're still newish, and I want to talk to you about the bronze mirror, so stick around. Hello and welcome, I'm Eyeglass Tyler. I want to talk today about the Wiley X Captivate Polarized Bronze Mirror lens, a really cool lens. The point of this video is to talk about what makes this lens unique in their lineup and why it may be the best fit for you and your next pair of Wileys. If at the end of this you are ready to order, do not forget about SportRx and definitely don't forget about our See Better guarantee, because with that, you're never stuck with something that you don't like or even just doesn't work for you. You have as long as 45 days with them. Even if you get them in prescription, you just let us know. We take care of you no matter what that means on our end. And also, we have opticians, trained, knowledgeable, and very friendly, who'd love to help you get it right the first time. So you can always reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Now let's talk about this lens. Before we get into the specifics of the bronze mirror lens, I want to talk about Captivate in general and why it's a cool lens, why here at SportRx we really like it. And you can't talk about why it's cool without talking about that enhanced color perception. The Captivate lens technology helps to filter out confusing light in the color spectrum that is difficult for the eye to see and separate on its own. And so by doing so, you get a much more true color experience and a lot more clarity, just greater clarity across the board. And you also get, especially with a lens like the bronze mirror, greater contrast. You get better contrast just with any of their lenses, but especially with some of their contrast enhancing ones, like I'm going to get into with this one here. It allows you to have more heightened color perception because the differences between colors are boosted, and there are a lot of really beneficial elements of that aspect. And so that is something that we always like to point out when there's more contrast enhancement. Also with that, you get better depth perception because you're separating and enhancing those colors in the color spectrum. It just helps you to better read and understand your environment around you. Of course, with Captivate, it's a sunglass lens, so it's going to block all of those harmful UV rays, but also with the Captivate lens, they designed it so that it helps to block the bad blue light. If you're not familiar with what that is, we've done a lot of videos on it, and there are many more out there and available. There are different ways that you can look at it. Obviously, there's a bad blue light. There is HEV, which stands for high energy visible radiation. It's part of the spectrum that is more damaging, just like we know that UV is damaging. We found more recently that there is a short wave portion of the blue light spectrum that's also damaging, and these lenses are going to help to protect you against that. Now, talking specifically about the Captivate Polarized Bronze Mirror lens, and what you can expect out of this lens is, like I kept mentioning, boosted contrast. A lot more contrast than a more neutral base, because this is the copper base. And with that, you get much more vivid color perception, and like I mentioned, heightened differences between colors, that contrast enhancement. It is designed for being a little better catering to low light conditions, but definitely still bright sun. This is going to block about 13% of light transmission. So honestly, it's still a pretty dark lens. It is going to block the vast majority of light. It's not the darkest lens in the collection, but it's pretty close. However, thanks to that more vivid color perception, it does make it a little more suitable for those cloudy days. From a color perspective, it's going to help to reduce blue light, which will enhance yellows, greens, and reds. Also, of course, it's polarized, so it's going to reduce glare. So now that you know a little bit more about what to expect out of this lens, who do we recommend it for? Well, it is going to be a better lens in the Captivate lineup for more variable light conditions. Like I mentioned, it's still going to be great for super bright light, but it's going to be better for those cloudy conditions, a little bit of tree cover, for instance. So a little more versatility in variable light conditions. It is excellent for activities with more yellow landscapes, and we love it for shallow water fishing and flats fishing, and where tracking the fish is really important because of that heightened contrast, and particularly in red clay banks or in brackish water. That contrast enhancement really does help to spot and track the fish. And of course, thanks to that polarized, you can actually see through the water because it's cutting the glare bouncing off the surface of the water. Some other benefits that you would get out of it, and let's talk RXability as well. You have an oleophobic and hydrophobic coating on this lens, which is going to help prevent water, oil, dirt, and dust from sticking to the lens, which means easier to clean and no more pesky water spots or thumbprints. I mean, it's still possible to get thumbprints on them, but it's a lot better at resisting that for sure. Let's talk about scratch resistance for a moment though, because if we're talking about the Captivate lineup, I think that is definitely something that you'll want to note. And I'll talk to you about their Bayer abrasion test. If you don't know what that is, essentially what they do is they have an uncoated lens next to the coated lens being rated, and they scratch them up. And then the amount to which they are scratched gives you the rating. And a 4 or higher is considered a premium coating, and the Captivate lenses land you on a Bayer 7 rating. So they are very scratch resistant. You can definitely count on them being incredibly durable and standing up to, for sure, normal wear and tear, but even some more aggressive wear and tear. Also, they're available in prescription. I love to say that. I love when I get to say that because this is an amazing lens and I wear prescription, so it means I'm not counted out. And any of you who are in the same boat as me are also not counted out. You can get this amazing lens in your prescription. Definitely reach out to us and we'll let you know what options are available to you, because of course there are some limitations based on your prescription, but we have opticians who can help you with that. Very easy, very simple. Reach out to us. So that wraps it up for everything you need to know about the Captivate Polarized Bronze Mirror lens. I hope that you have a much better understanding as to what to expect for this lens, and hopefully you even know if it's right for you. Again, do not forget about our See Better guarantee. If you are ready to order, I think it gives you a huge amount of peace of mind. And if you want even more peace of mind, did I mention our opticians more than 5 times? Because if I didn't, let me do it again, because our opticians would love to help you and they can give you even more peace of mind. So please reach out to us. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was interesting or valuable information. If so, throw us a like because it helps us out. You can find relevant videos over here, and also we have great content on our social media outlets. I'd like you to join us over there too because I think you would like it, and you can find us at SportRx.